Well, I'm on day 21 of my 41-day fasted state. Non-calorie causing, no food since October 31st at 8:15 p.m. I went into my fast. Today we're November 21st. The basically all I've been consuming is water, sparkling water, black coffees, green teas, non-calorie causing, with select supplements. The supplements I don't want to get into, but they're based on data and research. And the intent of all this is because the science is sound when it pertains to combining modern medication, and I'm elevating my ketone body as high as I can while bringing down my glucose glutamine body as low as I can. And for that intent is so that my cells that go into autophagy. And again, there's a lot of science here, but autophagy, basically, you're regenerating, you're renovating your body. But by doing so, your good cells go into defensive mode. They go into cleaning mode. They go into stem cell. And there's a lot of things that transpires in your body and I've said this before, I want you to take the very best of everyone in the world, from your mechanics, your cleaners, your renovators, your counselors, everybody in the world, and allow them to come into your life and to renovate your life for free. But all you got to do is allow them time to do so. That's autophagy. And that's what I put my body into. And I know that the science is sound on this, and in combination with modern medication. But what was I waiting for? I've said this to a lot of individuals. What am I waiting for? I have a cancer, which is a high risk mutation of chronic lymphocytic leukemia, which my genetic makeup, without getting into particulars, was not good. And if the studies are there, which is sound, and based on the history, the lifespan is like 3 to 5 years, right? Some are gone in 3 years, some are gone in 5 years. Those that live 7 years or so, what's the quality of life? Right? Their last years of life, they're either bedridden or in hospitals all the time, or they go 2.5 years, 3 years, and they drop off the cliff. And this is like, I've interviewed individuals, I've talked to individuals that their husbands have died or their brothers have died, but the CMEs, the medical side of it, when you look at the data, it's there. So what am I waiting for? And the toxic medication that I'm on, the side effects are inevitable. Like neutropenia, that's your immune system dies, or like percentage of, not like 0.6%, but these are like 30, 40, 50, 60, 70% chances of, right? So if you look at neutropenia, you look at causing another cancer, you look at bone issues. And I started my medication on May 8th this year, 2023, and I was already feeling it in my hands. Like locked fingers. I don't even want to grip my fist because they were locking, or waking up at night and your fingers are locking, like you're knocking them back. It hurts. But beside that, I didn't have that before, right? Or the there's other side effects that start transpiring, that I'm listening to my body. I've been listening to my body since June 3rd, 2019. I've talked about how I started my path of life in 2017, research-wise. And then June 3rd, 2019, I kicked it into gear, and I've never looked back, and I never will look back on it. But I understand today that I communicate, my body and mind communicates. And so when I look at my lifespan, when I look at my quality of life, and I look at the side effects, and I look at everything that comes with it, the cancer, the statistics, the medication, what was I waiting for? And that's why I went into a 41-day fast. And I say 41 days because I want to complete fully 40 days and 40 nights. That's what I want to do. And because after a 3-day fast, and again, the science is sound on that, and you regenerate your immune system. So I always tell people, do a full 4-day non-calorie fast. But after that, let's just break it down in 5-day slices. You're regenerating your body, you're regenerating your bones, you're regenerating your skeletal system, from your nervous system, from your eyes, your brain. You're renovating. And so this is bigger than me. It's bigger than me because I'm doing it for my wife, I'm doing it for my daughters, I'm doing it for my loved ones, but I'm also doing it for individuals and families and communities around the world. Because what if I go into remission? They say that my cancer is not curable, right? But the science is there with the possibility of going so deep into remission that they can't find it. And these are conversations that I've had with my oncologist. And I chose to go into a 41-day fast based on the data and research and science is there. And there's thousands of years of history on this, right? From Jesus, from Moses, from Pythagoras to Isaiah, I might be one out of 100 million or a billion that do 41-day fast, right? Non-calorie, don't eat food. But I'm doing it because it's bigger than me. And do I have side effects? And people ask me, aren't you hungry? Yeah, I'm human. Of course I think about food, but I changed the way I think. I've had a dry mouth now for, I'm on day 21. I've had a dry mouth since Friday. Like I can feel the skin peeling inside my mouth. And those are some of the side effects. I get cold. Like I love holding a warm mug and I'm wearing a hoodie all the time. And you gotta laugh at me, but I wear my hoodie and I wear a bathrobe on top of it sometimes at night because I've lost since October 31st, but the 21st, I've lost 30 pounds. My unhealthiest was 363 pounds, right? And I used to be 60 with the degenerative disc disease and the lesion in my spine. I shrank. I'm down to 6 feet, let's say. And so my heaviest was 363 at 6 feet, for example. And I had lost an average of 120. Let's just put it up to 130. And I only fluctuated 10 pounds in all those years since June 3rd, 2019. And I tell people, don't be impressed by the fact that I lost 130 pounds. Be impressed by the fact that I never put it back on. Be impressed by the fact that I fluctuated only 10 pounds in all those years. And I got rid of all the medication and medical procedures, right? And I'm talking about from severe sleep apnea to cholesterol pills, heart medication, to inhalers, to like severe sleep apnea devices. So the dry mouth and the morning fatigue, or always cold. When morning fatigue, I'm not talking like you're tired. I'm talking I'm drained in the morning at times. Like Sunday, I was drained. I wouldn't want to get chased, right? So I changed the way I think, and that's how I'm doing it because I went in prepared. I started with 16-hour fasts on June 3rd, 2019. I didn't start with 41 days, but I've also never missed a day of fasting since June 3rd, 2019. I've averaged 20 hours of fasting since then with 2-calorie windows within a 4-hour period. And along that, I've done 24s and 48s and 72s and 96s. So I went in prepared, and that's my life, right? I go in prepared and I've made a lot of mistakes, trust me. My 50s has been my hardest challenge of my life and to date. And I say this like I'm writing a book right now, and I'm finalizing my program, a program that I've been developing over the last basically 2017. Content creating, content loading, content documenting, and all that content is going into the program. All that content is going into my book. And I did not go to a retreat. A lot of people go to a retreat. A lot of people, they remove themselves from life. I did not. I'm doing this with family. I'm doing this while living life, while living in my house, while taking care of daily everything. And I have people eating around me. I take my daughter for a soccer game and so forth, and they're stopping by because she wants to pick up something to eat, and she's eating her food beside me, or my wife is cooking in front of me. And the psychology of it, when you park somewhere and it's the middle of nowhere, but somebody comes and parks right beside you, like they just got 1,000 parking spots, but they park right beside you. That's the psychology of things, right? And I have people in front of me that are eating and they're telling me how good it is without telling me that it's good. They're going, this is really good, and that kind of stuff. Or they're cooking and I can smell it and that kind of stuff. But I changed the way I think, and I went in prepared. And that's the best way I can explain it. And I went in prepared because of research and knowledge and acquired knowledge. And I've seen the results in individuals. And when I started, before I kicked into gear, I did those years of knowledge, and I never stopped since. When I say I have 10,000 hours in my brain, I have over 10,000 hours, but there's thousands of years of knowledge out there. There's well over 50 years of modern medication, medical science, medical data out there, like from Nobel medicine prizes, from some individuals that worked on fasting and 30-day fast and so forth on 10,000 patients, for example, in Russia. So the old books are right, and I'm going to prove them right. But not only for me, I'm going to prove it for humanity. And the immune system is just the start of that. Everybody should do a 3-4 day fast every year at minimum to rejuvenate their immune system. But when you're looking at skeletal and nervous, brain, eyes, and the mind's eye and the superhuman mind. Remember I talked about the 5-day slices? And as more you go in 5, the more I go 21 days, 25 days, 30 days, 35. Once you start going beyond the 30 days, it talks about the clarity of the mind. It opens the mind's eye, and basically you're cleaning it up, and you go into the superhuman mind. I've been feeling that superhuman mind already, and my sleep patterns are off. I'm sleeping, but the vividness of my sleep is very, very interesting. And I'm looking forward to going beyond my 30 days. I'm looking forward to see the autophagy process through. And people ask me, what are you going to do for food? What are you going to do? How are you going to start? Well, everything I'm doing is natural. Everything I'm doing, everything I'm consuming is going to come from the earth. And going forward, when I break my fast, it's going to be liquid calories. My wife makes some very good food, and I already have a vision how I'm going to break it. My homemade broth, homemade vegetables. I'm talking about your garlics and your kales and your cruciferous and the real off the earth food. And that's going to be liquefied, blended. Using modern technology, going to blend the hell out of it. And that's going to be my start. And after that, my liquids will become thicker. And after that, it'll become solids. But real food solids, real nutrition, nutrient-dense, whole food. That's how I'm going to break my fast. So again, I'm on my 21 day of my 41 day fast, and I'm doing this because it's bigger than me. I want to get rid of the cancer. I want to go so far deep into remission that they can't find it. I want to get off the medication because I'm already feeling the side effects, but I'm doing it beyond me. I'm doing it for my wife. I'm doing it for my daughters. I'm doing it for my loved ones. And I'm doing it for the families and communities and humanity out there. Because if I can teach, I'm going to close this off by saying there's an analogy that a gentleman was walking down the beach with a friend of his, and a human being is walking down the beach with a loved one. And they see thousands of clams that have dried up on shore after a storm. And it's a very sunny day, and they're all going to die. And he starts picking up the clam, or he or she starts picking up the clams and throwing them back into the ocean. And the loved one says, "What are you doing?" And they say, "Well, I'm saving their life." And they look ahead, and they look like there's thousands of them. And they're not going to make a difference. He goes, "I just made a difference in that life." And if I can make a difference in one person's life, two person's life, in a family's life, in a community's life, in an employer's life, in everybody's life, if I can make that change, I will do so. Big, healthy, loving hugs from me to you. And I'm halfway there, and I'm looking forward to teaching the benefits of autophagy, which should be taught in every curriculum, in every school, from the onset of birth. Jean-Guy Bourguignon, big, healthy hugs from me to you.